Hi everyone, this is Ruchika from Paper Love. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed the purse album tutorial I posted last month. For those who are new to my channel, I'll put a link to the tutorial in the description box below. So in this video, we'll be doing this box to store our purse album. As you can see, we have two pieces, the top and the bottom. And I've used this matching cherry red cardstock for the base of our box. So let's get started. So after you're done cutting your cardstock, we're going to go ahead and score it, and we'll start with the top pieces. The first one is this 11.5 by 8 inches. On the 11.5 side, we're going to score it at 9 inches and then rotate it clockwise and score it at 2.5 inches. Now on the second piece of your 11.5 by 8 inch cardstock, you're again going to score it at 9 inches on the long side, and this time rotate it anti-clockwise and score it at 2.5 inches. Now next is your 3 inches by 8 inches, and on the short side we're going to score it at 2.5 inches, rotate and again score it at 2.5 inches. And the last 3 inch by 5.5 inch piece on the 3 inch side, again you're going to score it at 2.5 inches. Now we're done with the top, let's move on to the bottom pieces. Now the first one, you're going to put the 11 3/8 inch side on top and slide it to the right, leaving 1/16 of an inch on the left side. Now to measure this, you can keep a piece of cardstock like that, and that's going to be a 1/16 of an inch. Now here you're going to score at 9 inches, rotate it clockwise and score at 5.5 inches. Now the next piece, we're going to start exactly the same way with the 11 3/8 inch side on top. Slide it so that you have a 1/16 of an inch on your left side and score it at 9 inches. You turn it anti-clockwise this time and score it at 5.5 inches. Now the next piece, you're going to score at 1/2 inches on the short side, rotate and score at 5.5 on the long side. The last piece, you're just going to score it at 1/2 inches on the short side. Now we're done with the scoring. Let's fold and burnish all our score lines, and make sure you keep the top and the bottom pieces separately. There's a very minute but a very important difference, so make sure you don't mix them up. Now after you're done with all the pieces, we're going to start with any one set, either top or bottom. Now they both are going to be done in the exact same way, so it doesn't matter which one we start with. Now let's take this long strip first and make sure your that 1/2 inch strip is towards this larger piece that we have, and out of the two we're going to take the larger piece where the fold is on the opposite side. So we're going to cut on our vertical score line only until that horizontal score line that we have, like this. And the same way we're going to cut the 1/2 inch strip from the shorter, that square piece that we have. So this is how it should look, and we'll just put a score tape on that 1/2 inch strip and wedge our corners. Now attach this to the left side of your larger piece. Now we'll just wedge the corners of these square flaps that we have, just the outer edges. So this is how it should look in the end. Now let's take the other two pieces, and on the larger one we're going to cut this whole square in the corner that we have. Now we're going to tape the 1/2 inch strip on the smaller piece and wedge our corners. Now attach this to the top right hand side of your larger piece. So this is how it should look, and we're just going to slightly wedge the top side of our side flaps, just like this. And this piece is also done. So let's go back to our first piece, and we're gonna put your wet glue on the back of these small square flaps and just attach it to the bottom flap like this. So make sure you align your corners properly. and just go over it with your bone folder. Now we'll just give it a minute to dry, and then we're going to attach the other piece to this one. So let's put your glue on the back side of your bottom flap. Now align it with the edge of the other piece and just push it down like this. Stick it firmly. Go over with your bone folder, especially in all the corners, and make sure you've aligned the edge nicely. Now we're going to put glue on the back side of these side flaps. And just lift it and stick it to the sides. Make sure your edges are properly aligned, and then just go over everything with your bone folder. Now this is done, and the other one we're going to make it the exact same way how we did this one. Now just close it a couple of times to just smoothen it out. It's going to be a snug fit, but it's going to perfectly hold your album. I'm just making sure I'm keeping the smoother edges in the front. And let's put your album in your bottom piece and see how perfectly it fits. Now just cover it with your top piece and just keep pushing it down until you know you've just touched the top of the album. And we're just going to cover the front with 2 pieces of your DSP. I've just taken the packaging because I was not left with any of the papers, and I just didn't feel like throwing away this cute packaging. So yeah, so the papers measure 8 3/4 by 5 1/4. Now I'm covering only the front of the box, but you can choose to cover all the sides if you like. I'm just adding some cutouts and some sparkle to make it look a little pretty, and we're done. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. You can also get in touch with me on my email and on Instagram. And please, if you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe. And I'll be posting more tutorials very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.